Okay, everything's good to go. I felt very smart just leaving that text crawl on before starting the stream just because of how last time every time this game boots up off of the hard drive specifically, it just sits there for like a good 1 to 2 minutes as it loads everything in. Okay. And oh, completely forgot to pick up that golden scarab when I was finishing last time. Cool. Okay. Now, let's see. We need incendiary shuriken for this one. And start running. Oh, I should have jumped off of that. But it's fine. I'm still keeping a good pace ahead of that thing. Whew. Jumped right at the last sec. No! Oh dear. And gotta make it. Oh yeah, that's good. That was a close one. I did not want to go backwards there. I have no idea what the game was thinking. Okay. More bats. There's a lot of bats this chapter. I feel good about this run overall, like for tonight. I definitely, after not playing or really like touching much of Hurricane Pack 1 after like a good year or so, the rust was definitely kind of hitting me pretty hard going through the very beginning again. But we got a good ways in already. I mean, we got a pretty good Nimpo, getting more weapons, they're upgrading. And at least with one particular challenge through in this section of the game, I know I can. Oh Spoke too soon? I think I did. Oh my god. Yeah, that was quite awful. I have no idea. I just completely lost track of what I was like trying to say while explaining all that. Oh my goodness. I'll at least try and like get some of these bats to open up some amount of essence. Okay, that's one. Ah! My intercept time is just wrong. God! Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh man, that was certainly better. I'd say that much. Jeez. That was like the most embarrassing death I've had just playing any of these games. Just getting carried away with talking so much that I get literally like launched by an enemy attack into the abyss. Ooh. Yeah, I need to get back up there. Pick up the golden scarab while I'm at it. Good. Oh, man. Moments like that showing why it's important to get the art of the Inazuma real early as you can in the Hurricane packs. It is very rewarding to just instantly incinerate a bunch of enemies at once with, like, just lightning in all directions. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm still good on... Well, I'm low on healing, but I'm maxed on devil elixirs. Yeah, I might as well just use 2. This should be fine. And... yeah, actually, I should get a bit more use out of the Lunar right now. I'm still looking forward more to, like, the weapon we get at the bottom of this area. Because there's, like, 4 types of weapons in general across, like, Ninja Gaiden 1 that you want to be very familiar with and are very good for different situations. Obviously, your main katana, the sword, is, like, the most important. The Lunar Staff is very good, although you don't really have that option if you're just, if you're only playing this game without the Hurricane pack, because it was not in the vanilla release. Ah! And... oh my goodness, just barely I got the time bonus. Oh, that's a relief. But yeah, your Dragon Sword is the all-rounder. The Lunar is a very good alternative that's great for, like, wide sweeping hits. You got your Nunchuck, which are, like, the best for, like, getting big multi-hit combos, although that is very quickly supplanted by what we're getting at the bottom, which is a Nunchuck with blades on it. The good old Vigorian flails. And then, of course, the 4th one, much later, being just a heavy weapon. Ideally, the Dabilaro, which is just a gigantic 100-ton sword that a ninja like Ryu can easily swing around with ease. Yeah, let's get this ready, and... okay, that was 2. Okay, that was 5. Yeah, not really any intercepts from that fight, but it was like, I'm not that concerned. I already made it clear during the first stream of this that, like, I'm not doing a karma run of this. Like, it's been way too long since I, like, first did a playthrough of this that, like, I don't have it quite as, like, built into my head like the, what was it, all the strategies necessary to, like, efficiently milk all the points that you can get out of, like, intercepting enemy attacks and, like, countering them. So I'm just playing this a bit more casually, although if I can help it, I'm still gonna try and, like, get the time bonus for these fights. And that completely whiffed, because they were all too high. So just... yeah, just blast everything with Nimpo. Okay, but now here's where it should get interesting. Because these guys are damage sponges, but their attacks can be fairly easy to, like, see coming. Oh. But, like, obviously the timing to do it is a whole other matter. But the archers are just always the worst. Okay. There we go. Ah. Oh! Intercepted that nicely, though. Did not carry over the combo in time. You know, I should just be using the nunchuck for this. It's a lot faster. It's UT specifically. Yeah, and just projectiles are unfortunately not the best way to like try and like keep these combos going. Oh yeah, and I think I also very quickly remembered with this is that oh, 50 combo. Okay. Oh, no. Well, at least one of them died, so that... Oh, but it wasn't under a UT. Man. But yeah, like I was about to say that, like, normally in, like, the regular game, like the vanilla or black, you get the Vigorian flails on the way to this room. But either I missed it or I more than likely am remembering now, oh yeah, they moved it somewhere else because despite this content being mostly the basis for how hard mode in Ninja Gaiden Black is, it still got some key differences that just did not carry over. Okay, but I'm at least getting plenty of essence from it. I should actually double check. What is my... Okay, I've broken past 11k. That is very good. Oh, shoot. I've been getting good at high combos, it's just the problem is that I'm not finishing them off with, like, with an actual ultimate technique. But this should work. Okay, yeah. That ended on 40, let's see. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. I'm definitely not going to be having as many, like, troubles with getting money around this point of the game, I can say that much. Especially since there's a Fiend challenge when you go back into that main room with the Chalice. That is like, man, if you get some very high combos out of that, you are guaranteed so much. Especially with how this game, how this content's rules end up, end up kind of like changing like your essence gain. I know I already went over it during the last stream, and just like constantly going about it over and over is gonna make me sound like a broken record. And so much so that like I'm now, well, there goes my time bonus as well. Shit. But yeah, it's just the essence multiplier from killing enemies with UTs is a lot lower in this than it is in Black or even the vanilla games, so you kind of can't just rely on like maximizing all of your ultimate techniques if you want to get all the money possible. You actually kind of have to work towards a combo, which is quite interesting. I imagine this concept still could have worked in a way if they managed to like tune the intercept further to not be the kind of insanely busted, powerful move that it is. Oh, killed him at 19 hits, not 20. That's lame. I should not have absorbed that. Why was I doing that? Come on. Yeah, now they're too far apart that it's like I can't carry that 19-hit combo over. Yeah, see, like that. Because, like, the thing about with the intercept here is that, like, it gives you instant advantage as far as being able to go back on the attack once you just block an attack. But obviously the part that makes it busted is how you can use that to instantly chain into an ultimate technique, and even with like regular attacks, just let you completely get a ton of hits on bosses during attack strings that you are otherwise incentivized to like dodge most of, so you can't get any damage in. Ah. Oh shoot, that was a blue. I could have. Oh, well, who cares now? 14k. I suppose that's fine. Ah! I got greedy. I thought that... Okay, but this should kill him before the... Okay, good. I still got my time bonus. Okay. Oh, and I still forgot to... Oh. Missed the timing for the intercept right there. Ow! No. Oh my god, how did that not kill me? Well, there goes my emergency great elixir. Man, all these blue essences that they're giving me, and I'm not even, like, below maximum health at the moment. Is that good? Yeah. Okay, so I think I remember... Okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, this is the climb back up that is... very annoying for people no matter what version of the game and what kind of player you are. Because it has to do with these archers. Ooh. And, okay, there we go. Man, that's weird that, like, the second... not the second, the first of those three archers just, like, went down with 2 shuriken instead of 3 like the others. I guess that might be just this game's somewhat random damage system. Which, I say random, but it's more just, like, a slight variance on the amount of damage that, like, your attacks will do over time. Not over time, like on hit. Like it's a small range that like is just enough that for certain enemies it can mean the difference between like 6 hits or 7 to kill. And oh man. Wow, not a single one of these have like given me any like red essence to refill my Nimpo. That's a shame. Definitely gonna be losing out on some points once I finish this chapter. Oh well. Alright, back to Dragon Sword for this. There we go, just keep using that running windmill slash combo. Yeah, that is how it's supposed to be done on this version. You saw that right there. Like, if you saw this stuff happening, like, and if you're not familiar with this game, but only stuff within, like, the past decade or so, like, you would have assumed that this was Metal Gear Rising or Sekiro. Oh! Oh, well, but unfortunately, getting this done within a time limit is still largely, I feel, luck to a degree. It's just based on whether this, how much this bone dragon feels like shifting its position. It felt like I could have had it. It didn't really, like, change itself too much throughout, like, the, when I was, like, taking out both, like, its forearms, but just the, or its front legs, rather. The hind legs, it just, I did not kill, like, the first hind leg in time. Oh, Master Ninja rank, though, so who cares, really? It's kind of a blessing that with Ninja Gaiden 1, the time bonus for beating fights isn't necessarily, like, the most important thing for, like, getting Master Ninja rank on a chapter. It is really, like, more contingent on, like, those final, on those final set of score criteria that you have. You know, with, like, time taken, enemies killed, essence. Yeah, but it's like 0 for essence, yeah, because I guess that's true. I was more around, like, over 20k at the start of chapter 6, because I was trying to save all my money for getting some good stuff out of Muramasa's. Okay, so taking care of these guys. And because this is the earlier chapter we can do it, I am absolutely gonna go back down to where we got the chalice and just do that fiend challenge right now. Get all the money I would want. Gonna shoot up from 50.5k to God knows how much by the end. I guess it'll all depend, though, on, like, just how good a job I do of, like, building combos, but also finding the time to end them with an ultimate technique. Alas, I'm still gonna have to do this with just the nunchucks and not the Vigorian flail, though. That's a shame. It's funny, you would think that with the amount of times I've played Ninja Gaiden 1 across its many versions that I would still be, like, retaining a huge amount of knowledge on where, like, every major item, chest, or whatever is. But surprisingly, no. Kind of doesn't turn out that way. There's some gaps that show up, and it becomes even worse when you're playing different versions of what you're used to, and you're not sure if that is a version difference or not, and your memory is just lapsing at the worst times. Okay. Oh yeah, this one's back. Nice. Okay. Let's get that UT. All right. And 16.6. Ah. You know, I feel like there might be one situation where I think I would be totally fine with the intercept coming back with some caveats, but still in certain situations allowing you to do what you can do with this. And I think that's only if, like, you're able to do that if you block a projectile. Because, Lord, I can only count the amount of times that you can just easily go on tilt. Like, the very moment that you start getting hit with projectiles that are being shot with pinpoint accuracy and little time at all to react to anything. Okay. Yeah, you can obviously see just how, like, these ghouls are just prime targets for, like, easy intercepts, assuming that you are consistent and on top of getting those inputs properly. Because they are some of the most easily telegraphed stuff that this entire game throws at you. Okay. And there we go. Of course, that's not the actual Fiend Challenge. Okay. 19,466. Yeah, that's pretty good. That was just from that one encounter and got like around 4,000 boost already. Can only imagine just how much more I'm gonna get once I do this. Ah! Damn it. Nice! There was two of them. Ah! That was weird. Just the auto-targeting briefly failed me there. I wanted to keep hitting. Yeah, I gotta not be so focused on trying to, like, get these point combos up as high as possible this early. Not until I get rid of all the archers. Oh no, oh no. And I'm out of health items too. Damn it. You know what? Nimpo, why not? Oh, come on. Why did the intercept just not come out then? No, no, go into the background, not there. Oh my god, game. Although I guess to be fair, I was not as close to the archer as I thought I was at that moment, so I guess it was only doing what was natural for it. No, don't eat me. God damn it. Yeah, because I do not... You know, fine. Here. They are way too close. Oh my. Okay, I gotta keep hanging back. Is there gonna be... Okay, I think all the archers are taken care of. Now I got 40 more of these enemies to keep dealing with. Oh! Oh, man. Ooh! Okay, I'm saving myself there. Oh, well. There goes that. Oh, why did that intercept not come out, man? Oh! Let me out of this corner, you bastards! Ah! What? How did that hit me? Okay, no, I gotta get to something that's a bit stronger now. This is getting very perilous. Oh! Don't change the camera on me like that, please! I just need to kill one of you guys and drop a blue essence. Oh, I got two at once. Okay. Ah! Some of these attacks look like they connect, but they don't. And then the ones that don't look like they connect obviously do. And that is just painful beyond belief. No! Ugh. Okay, but that's another one. Please give me a blue. Yellow? Oh, come on. How much am I at? Oh, 27k. This might be fine. If I just keep playing as safe as possible. Don't need to get too greedy if it ends up killing me, you know? I've already got a pretty big lead on where I started anyway. Oh, but I did not get the UT out in time for the combo to matter. Damn it. Ah. No, this is not good. Just get up. What? Literally double teamed me. You assholes. Ugh. I have no idea how I've not died at this point. But it will be a miracle. Oh. Ugh. Yes, chain grabs. One of the most painful things that can happen in any Ninja Gaiden experience. Oh, jeez! Okay, blue, please, please! Yes! And I lost it as quickly as I got it! Oh, you are the worst. It's just 4 more enemies. I don't even care about getting intercepts or combos out of this. Just let me finish this. I already risked so much trying to get a good increase in money. Okay, fine. One final UT for you, good sir. Oh man. That was stressful. Hey. Hey, welcome, Pensive. Okay, so, no Nimpo left, no healing items, and just these weapons. Thank God I am so close to getting to, like, another Muramasa shop. Because, boy, I sure need a visit to there, right now. But, like, 28.5k currently for Essence. That's pretty good. I could definitely afford some upgrades, and maybe some extra items, for sure. That'd be real nice. You never quite know how games like this will go until you start streaming. And then you have the challenge of having to just speak out into the open while also playing at the same time. It's a level of coordination most people don't really get involved with and don't even realize is that difficult. Like, it's no wonder my Let's Plays are all just, like, pre-recorded beforehand. Oh, I think you could also see very briefly that, that little, like, loading symbol that always used to play, like, if you're playing off a disc, you get a very, very brief mid-level loading. But here, it's like, because I'm running this off the hard drive, it all happens instantly. Also, I think, screwed myself here, potentially, because I forgot that there isn't a, that there is not a save statue here. So, I should have gone back up and just saved it there. But no, I'll have to take my chances right now and just, do this. Come on. Oh, thank God for the blue essence. Ow. Okay, that's fine. And I still got the time bonus anyway. And that's with playing it safe. Alright, we're at 16 scarabs now. That's right, I remember now. Hurricane Pack 1 ties the Vigorian Flail behind scarab rewards. That is just evil. Oh yeah, and also, let's not forget, the upgrade prices for level 3 Dragon Sword, even level 2 Vigorian Flails are way higher. This is ridiculous. Oh man, what do I want to go with? Actually, no, I know exactly what. Dragon Sword all the way. It's like, you should get that to level 3 as soon as you can. There's no reason not to. Let's see. I don't need counterattacks. I don't need any other Nimpo. I should probably, though, do this. Yeah. Okay, I think that's fine for now. Okay. Got us the map that we never use. I forget, wasn't there also like a scarab on the floor around here somewhere? Or maybe I'm just picturing something else. Oh wait, no, it's outside next to where the bridge is. It's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute since starting this. Oh. Now then. Okay, got a line for the gods. And just a brief reminder from myself. Obviously, XXYYY. That's the big one. And of course, like all the... all like the spinning, the 360 hold Y. Those are very good moves. Here we go. Wait, I actually juggled. Wait, could you always juggle those ghouls if you, like, staggered them hard enough? I never realized. That can't just be something that happens as a result of, like, playing, like, this Hurricane Pack. Oh my god, how did I not know this? Yeah. Oh man. This is why I love this game. Not even Hurricane Pack 1 specifically, but just Ninja Gaiden 1 in all its incarnations. You could just tell. There's always going to be moments where you think you have just learned everything that there is to know about a game, and then suddenly, blam, you actually learn something new. Oh, that is cool. And I still got the part-time. That's good. Okay. Let's see now if I can remember specifically. I think either way I'm still gonna have to... Oh, yeah. Yep. This is the easiest way to deal with them. Always. Hanging back and just, hanging back and, like, shooting the bow and arrow in first person is for chumps. This is how real ninjas do it. That said, though, doing this also expends more incendiary shurikens than I would like. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to fall back on the bow and arrow aiming method on the next room. But that's probably easier, because this room is the only one that has, like, the swinging pendulums you have to deal with. Or no, both of them do. It's just that this is the only one that has, like, that solid bridge going across. Oh, man. Okay. I still remember this trick. Yep. I can only imagine how tough it must have been for people that, like, played through this and just never knew that those, like, switches existed. Like, it would make just, like, traversing this a whole lot easier. Okay, but now we've got to head over to the blue room. I forget, is this gonna spawn another... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Intercept really shines when you're using it on these kind of... Oh! Wait, why did I instinctively try and... Ah. I should have absorbed that red essence instead. Yep. Okay. That absolutely is something that is just, like, baked into this game by default. When you have the ghouls in that specific, like, reeling back staggered state, then, like, you can absolutely launch them. That is great. But I think, like, by the looks of it, it has to be... Yeah. It has to be from the front, and it has to be early enough in their animation. Like that. Oh! I really gotta start doing this more. That is just so good. God, I'm sorry, I cannot stop, like, freaking out over the fact that I have discovered tech about this game that I somehow never knew existed. Or if it did exist, then I was not privy to it, like, prior to discovering it on this stream. Maybe some of, like, the old school, like, Ninja Gaiden players knew what it was, but oh well. There. Ooh. Okay, then. Oh yeah, and these switches still exist as well in this room. I guess, yeah, because I never really bothered with them, I think, on this side. Just because I feel like this invisible platform and, like, where it has you going kind of makes it unnecessary to really, like, do this sort of timing puzzle. Yep, like that. Like, even when I started going across, the pendulums had already started to speed up again. So it's not like that matters. It mostly matters more for the red room. Okay, there's 17. Yeah, that marks the 17th scarab, I think it is, or... Wait, no, that's 18th. Yeah, that's right. Because I had already, when I turned stuff in, that was 16 total to Muramasa. Okay. Oh yeah, and I've still not used the Vigorian Flail since getting it, just because I was just a bit short. Yeah, I definitely... I also had that same frustration, admittedly, when I went through the first time, even after the years I had spent watching people play through this game, because I think maybe, like, some of those were also from people that just did not bother with the switches and just did a better job of timing their jumps through it. So yeah, like, that absolutely, like... Yeah, that's a frustration point for everyone. I don't blame you. Oh. Yeah, on second thought, I think it might have... Yeah, it's just not worth doing it this way when the flail is only level 1. Because you really need that bigger damage output for it to matter on, like, the last hit. Meanwhile, it's like, I got level 3 Dragon Sword. I might as well use it. Oh, if it will let me get anywhere near. Yeah, but alas, I've lost my opportunity for getting the time bonus here. Okay, whatever. It's still 100,000 points, like, at the base level. That's fine. And another Life of 1,000 Gods. Man, I'm really wishing I had more money right now just to get that Vigorian Flail up to level 2. Oh yeah, Jewel of the Demon Seal. More power to the Inazuma, cause why not? We're clearly getting to the point where it's like, sooner or later, just the level 1's not going to be enough to insta-kill some of these later enemies. Okay, so yeah, the loading indicators still come in, but they are obviously very, very quick to the point of, like, not really mattering too much. You know what? This is still even at level 1, though, I can at least say it's still better than the nunchuck by default, so... Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just getting my timing all wrong for, like, finishing these combos with an ultimate technique. Although... Yeah, that's still not anywhere close to 10k. Yeah, I'm just not gonna get the, no way am I gonna be getting this, this flail upgraded until the next chapter at the least. Oh, yeah, that's right. They still have ghost fish. Just like in hard mode in black. And the same strategy still applies. Come on, kill them. Get all of them. What? How is that? Where's the last? Oh! Oh, you sneaky bastard. You just had to, like, hide out in the corner until you could bite me and make me lose my point bonus. Still an essential enemy to the Ninja Gaiden experience overall, I would say. I will petition Team Ninja to realize that in order for Ninja Gaiden 4 to be what it needs to be, it has to have ghost fish, so that we could inflict upon a new generation of players the untold trauma and PTSD that these fuckers caused for everyone back in 2004. It is vital. Okay, then. Oh, wait. Oh, I should not have. Because I think, yeah, there's still going to be ghost fish in here. Yep. That is much better. That's how those encounters should always go. Okay. Back down here. Another golden scarab. I should actually go through there at the very least and get the enemy encounter in here out of the way before I go and save. You know what? Screw it. Yeah. Probably could have farmed a bit more intercepts out of that if I just had the patience and, like, just the more efficient strategy to kill two and then leave one alive so I could do something to it. Okay. Right, left, right, left. 1410. Yeah, okay. Oh, I forgot. Again, you have to hit X once you go over it, because it's not automatic like in Black onwards. Oh, yeah. Give it to me. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. I am already at... Actually, yeah, I'm still gonna... Because part of me was thinking, you know, after I killed those, like, 2 waves of ghostfish, I should have gone back to Muramasa before triggering the cutscene when the hallway floods, but no. I'm still gonna stick with it. Like, it's not like I'm gonna really be able to use the flail against Alma. I just won't. But yeah, at this point, it's like, highest priority as far as weapon upgrades going forward with Hurricane Pack 1 is getting the flails to level 2, getting the Darilaro, getting that upgraded, and somewhere along the way, if there's still enough money and time for it, I'll upgrade the Lunar. But I'm not going to concern myself with getting the Unlabored Flawlessness. Like, it'd be different if I was, like, playing black, just because the way the economy works outside of Hurricane Pack 1 is how most everyone is used to it and is more sensible. This is obviously way different. Prices for certain items are available in the shop at exorbitant prices, and you're expected to do fights in a way that is a bit different from what you are used to in order to maximize the amount of essence you get. Okay. Yeah, I think I am all set. Now, at least with Alma, she definitely gets a boost in, like, fun that you can have when playing Hurricane Pack 1. Just because you suddenly realize you have a means to more efficiently deal with all the bullshit she throws at you. And it is so good. Ah. Well, not that, though. You can never deal anything with, like, the weird tractor. Yeah. But that you can absolutely deal with. There we go. I've still probably missed my chance on getting the part-time, but that's fine. Ah. Oh. Still missed my timing on that, and it's not like it's gonna matter at this point. I've already lost my chance at the part-time. Yep. Just intercept those gigantic pillars that she tears out of the walls. But come on, do your little dive at me. I wanna intercept that. I can at least do that. Oh! Okay. Seriously, this move is so fun. I fully understand why they did not carry it over into Black onwards. They knew the problems it brought to the game with balancing. But man, sometimes you just gotta, like, forego that entirely. Like, who cares? Like, leave it in as part of this game, but, like, for all the other versions of Ninja Gaiden 1, but, you know? Maybe rethink how it works with, like, any of the later games. Because I already know that, like, Ninja Gaiden 2 already did a lot of, like, repurposing a lot of, like, familiar techniques to work with that game's focus on its combat. And then just how hyper-aggressive everything was. Oh yeah, I should go and, like, get the Warhammer still. I'm gonna need that anyway to get into that one hidden spot in Tyron. Okay. Now this is gonna be... this'll definitely be something. Because even in the context of Ninja Gaiden 1, no matter what version, I have a very certain hate for the Vigorian military. I mean, after all, they are the start of the rocket launcher enemies. It's kind of hard not to, like, take notice of that. But hey, it's a level 2 now. So we can start using this thing way more. And using some of its really, really cool and interesting combos. Not necessarily runaway lightning. That's like... That's one of those things that you really don't bother trying to do on higher difficulties because you're basically just doing that for style purposes, and it's not worth trying to be that stylish when the risk is so great on harder difficulties. Okay, let's actually take on these Jinro-looking assholes. Ah! Yeah, and just so much of their stuff is about, like, completely shutting down your ability to, like, do any decent, ultimate techniques. Because any and all projectiles, even the tiniest of bullets, will always stop you. That is a change that I was definitely glad to see happen in Ninja Gaiden 2, where it was, like, just bullets are not something to, like, be of concern. I still wanted that time bonus. Ninpo was the only way. Man, I do feel like after I do this stream, I'm gonna have to take a look back at, like, JTB's videos, and, like, specifically his Karma run that he did a couple years ago for this, for Hurricane Pack 1. Not necessarily because I think I'm somehow going to be able to, like, match his score at all, especially since this save file is not based on his. But it's like, I am clearly lapsing on a lot of very important strategies I could be using throughout the entire run, but it's just not, it's not turning out that way. Oh, come on. I hate when that happens with your UTs. It just stops because you get caught on the wrong corner. Okay, but that's taken care of. Yeah, because it's like, there's so many, like, early game strategies you have to adhere to when doing a Karma run of this, to make sure that you're not only going to be able to, like, get those fights done with the best points possible, but also so you can, like, get enough essence out of those to, like, get some of these items at the earliest convenience, you know? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the last time I played it, like, the very end of Chapter 4, I think, was, like, the best time I had to get the, to get my hands on the Art of the Inazuma, which is very vital for, like, getting through the enemy encounters from Chapter 5 onward that have very strict time limits. Because UTs do not give you points for pulling them off, so at that point it's like, you have to kind of divorce yourself from that sort of muscle memory and, like, strategy you have in Ninja Gaiden Black or Sigma, and go, wait, no, I don't need to set up very specific starting strategies for UTs. I can just, you know, like, nuke everything at once. It's great that way, in a weird way, isn't it? Ow. You suck. UTs from stuff like the Warhammer at Tabularo should be the sort of thing where I feel it deserves to go through solid objects. The shockwave. That only just feels right. But alas, they don't do it here. Oh man, that wasn't even close enough for him? That sucks. Oh well, still the time bonus. That's fine. I feel okay with that. And at least the prototype Xbox is nearby, so I can just use that to heal up and get all my Nimpo back. Anyway, that should be fine. Is there any enemies out here or not? Oh yeah, there is. It's just not the Berserkers because they were not introduced yet as of... Okay, we got that. Didn't even need to use a Nimpo on him. And so far, I've been actually doing pretty good on keeping up to date with, like, the golden scarabs in this game. And, like, not really missing one in key areas. Yeah. No Dabularo here, obviously, because I think that's still, like, another one of those, It's another case of it being a scarab reward from Muramasa's shop. Which is why, again, it's still a very good thing that I've been keeping fairly up to date with them, because I have done so many runs of Ninja Gaiden 1 across all its different versions, and if there's one thing I do appreciate, amid all the things that they remix on different difficulties, the scarabs are like, fortunately, still kept to the exact same spots. I think that really is, like, of benefit to everyone, considering how, like, when going through this game... Well, not this game specifically. Going through black on the higher difficulties and whatnot really does, let's see, what's the word? Yeah, it's just nice for this game in particular when, like, certain items are not in the same positions they used to and are sometimes locked behind those scarab rewards. It's nice just to have the scarabs be set in stone so that you can be, spend a lot more time planning just the... Do the Nimpo, you idiot! And of course the dude is just not anywhere close. And I wasted enough time that just... That's what I get for talking all the time, and this is what I get for just apparently not pressing Y and B at the same time properly. Ugh, man. That sucks. That encounter did not go my way. At least I get my free Nimpo refill and health. Okay. Now I gotta get back to the military gate. And get ready for one of... actually, I can emphatically say the second worst chapter of Ninja Gaiden 1 as a whole. Not necessarily counting, like, the specific differences that were made as a result of, like, playing through Sigma or whatever. Because that does have some pretty major changes, mostly from, like, a mechanic standpoint going into it. This is the sort of thing where in this game where, like, so much of the action and the fun of it comes from the melee combat. Naturally, the designers had to, like, toss that whole concept on its head by going, hey, what if we just made a chapter that was all about using your long-range tools? Despite the implications of that meaning that you were having to deal with a way limited toolkit as a result. Oh, you did not wall run. What is wrong with you, Ryu? well. God, I was not anywhere close to that. What the hell? Okay, we got that, at least. So, oh yeah, finally, we can get our scarab 20 and 21 going through here. And another life of the gods, thank you. Cool. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no Dabilaru yet. This isn't like Ninja Gaiden Black on normal, where it's at 20 that you get it. Yeah, I'll do a refill on this. Why not? Let's see. I got 3 Great Spirit Elixirs and 2 regular. Honestly, I think that's fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I'll go and like do... I think there's one more ranked encounter in this mission. And it's like near the starting area of when this was Chapter 4. This little way up here. It's an encounter that I feel like most people don't even realize is here, just because of how, like, the main goal is just to get to the gate, to the military base. Oh, come on, that... You know, if that was Virtua Fighter, my attack would have stuffed his ability to throw me. Straight up. There's, like, no contest. But alas, this is a single-player game, so you kind of have to balance the mechanics in a way that you have to make the enemy AI cheat in order to have a standing chance against the player. Which is understandable, but... I sometimes wonder just how fun or interesting it would be if it did play out a lot more like Virtua Fighter, or actually even if it played out like DOA, considering Dead or Alive already is built off the core of Virtua Fighter, just with more exaggerated physics and the whole stop hitting me with rockets. But yeah, exaggerated physics along with the focus on countering enemy attacks to reverse them. You know, that's whatever. Man, Virtua Fighter's so good. That's definitely one game I wish I was playing, Ultimate Showdown. But alas, no PS4 and no PS Plus. And even then, I feel like with PS Plus, I still wouldn't really play online much. Not so much like on account of like the fact that it's still like delay-based netcode. Admittedly, it's delay-based netcode that's still better than every other fighting game that has attempted it. But I don't know. I would still more value, even now, even until my grave, that I would still value being able to play fighting games with people in person. But at least what I can do with Ultimate Showdown is just like listen to the music, the new songs that they put together for that. Because, oh man, I have to ask. It's not a question of why, but it's like, how is the music in VF5 Ultimate Showdown so freaking amazing? Like, I have no idea how they managed to, like, how Sega Sound Team managed to just come up with the right type of compositions that it manages to be the most incredible like step up on music that was already pretty good, but I would argue is not the most long-term memorable, I feel like. Because for me, stuff like VF2 soundtrack is still the best when it comes to that. And there's some tracks here and there from like VF4 onwards where like the soundscape of AM2's fighters no longer had like that familiar like 90s synth style to them and were like more arcade butt rock that I think we're all used to. But they somehow just like pushed it even farther with like some of those character themes, and I'm like, Go's theme is nuts. His stage is like that song is no longer like a stage theme, stage music in a fighting game. That is a fucking boss theme. That is the sort of thing that you'd like hear playing during like a mid boss or even like end chapter boss in a Yakuza game or something. It is going in so hard. And Shun-Di's theme on the river stage ain't too bad either. It's like also, I think that was specifically the very first one I noticed when just listening to all the stage themes. Like, everything's just so distinct. And like, it's got this energy, I feel like, where someone gave direction to Sega Sound Team of like, hey, you guys are making new music for this updated version of VF5. I know it's been 10 years since you last had to do this, but treat it like you are trying to give like the most energetic send-up to this series returning. And they were like, bro, I got this. And then just started, like I said, they just start going in hard and they do not let up. It is so good. Oh, man. If and when there's like an official soundtrack release for that game, even if I can't currently justify buying Ultimate Showdown right now, especially since I would rather wait for a PC version, I can at least show my support to Sega by buying that music from them, because it deserves it. It is just, of the modern Sega AM2 style, like, music tracks, it's the best that they've ever done. I cannot stress that enough. I was so wonderfully surprised listening to that. More than I was seeing how much better looking the stages were with the graphical facelift. Give us VF6, Sega. Hopefully sometime once you've got enough success with like whatever your esports plans are in Japan with this game. Because man, we need it. Not just for new mechanics and new characters, but also new stages, like new visuals, and more music from the current members of Sega Sound Team. It'll be a glorious day when that happens. It'll be a great day, and Harada will feel so happy to finally have his ultimate rival back. Yeah, it has to be planned, absolutely, to happen at some point. It's just a matter of when and how hard they're gonna go deep into it. You know, because money was definitely not, like, a concern for them when it came to, like, putting out Ultimate Showdown, because that's clearly made on a budget. And they already know for a fact the interest levels they're gonna get for that game at the bare minimum, which is gonna be like just about every major fighting game player in Japan flocking to it and like building that community, and the rest of the world being fairly niche by comparison, but hopefully still getting some new blood in there that are gonna stick with it after this first week. But like the other thing about it, because I mentioned Harada, and it's like I didn't realize, actually, funny enough, that that Harada actually like has like his own YouTube channel right now called Harada's Bar, where he just basically talks about like whatever the subjects are on his mind in a very like frank manner, and that he basically did like a hour and 7 minutes episode of him just talking about like the announcement of VF5 Ultimate Showdown, and listening to him talk about it, especially from like his perspective as a developer and someone who had like been pushing Tekken as much as possible to like topple the Virtua Fighter as the defining 3D fighter, and how he technically managed to do it, but how he described it makes it come off more as like a hollow victory, because it wasn't even a matter of VF suddenly declined from having like a bad entry, but just that they just proceeded to like run so far ahead of in front of everyone, and then just stopped, which is like that feels weird from his perspective, and I can understand, because it's like. And on top of that, just the way he talks about, like, the drive that he gets from, like, finding, like, other, like, developer teams or, like, franchises to compete with is, like, I can see a bit more clearly now, I think, why Tomonobu Itagaki went as hard as he did, like, talking shit against Tekken and Namco, and that it led to Harda, I guess, doubling down on it as well, because it's like, okay, here's another rival, screw you, Tekken's great, we sell more than you. And that just managed to last for several years. He even actually mentioned Itagaki specifically near the end of, like, that episode of Harada's Bar, where it was like, it was a rivalry between them that came off as initially very hostile, but, like, they kind of, like, knew that they had more in common with each other and were, like, more friends by the end of it. And then also, he felt a bit sad when he realized that, like, Itagaki just, you know, not only left Team Ninja and went away from Dead or Alive, but also just stopped directing games entirely. It's kind of interesting when you think about it, how it's like, your drive for competition can sometimes lead you to feeling very lonely when you actually do succeed at being the best, on account of, like, not even so much as actually defeating your rivals, just that they decided to just quit while they were ahead at a point. It was very weird, but like a very insightful video from him. I definitely gotta watch the rest of Harada's Bar and kind of like see what other stuff he talks about, because, you know, like, some, because there are, like, full translated versions of those talks that he does that go up a few days after the original videos, so, like, that's great to see. Oh yeah, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter much what arrow types I go with. These copters are always going to go down in one anyway. You know, call me crazy, as far as, like, more seemingly minute differences between the different versions of Ninja Gaiden 1. But I still think I like the way Ninja Gaiden Vanilla handles first-person aiming zoom-in. The fact that it's 2 levels that you cycle through instead of... Or not, 3 levels you cycle through instead of 2. Admittedly, that means you have to press the right trigger one extra time if you want to get all the way zoomed in. But I think it works fine enough in the context of you can then zoom out quickly to increase your turning speed again, followed by, like, once you get it zeroed in on target, you can quickly zoom in for, like, a mid-level, or just double tap it in situations like this where it's a small target and you absolutely want to make sure you get all of them. I don't know. I think it's like an extra option that is ultimately, like, easy to deal with, because it's like, if you really do want to get to, like, the maximum level of zoom in, it's not that hard to tap the right trigger twice. It's totally fine. Okay. Oh yeah, we got us some APF SDS cores. Yeah. Just the fact that that acronym is used in a game like this, and specifically for these arrowheads, it's like, man, you could clearly tell that Itagaki's always been like some kind of like just straight up some kind of like military junkie, almost like otaku about this stuff. Yeah, definitely. Because it's like, this chapter is all about emphasizing that stuff to the point where it's like, why not give you as much control for that as possible during the chapter where they purposely designed it so that you have to make use of all your long range tools? Like, sure. It's still not the ideal kind of scenario you want to be in for a game like this. You know, you obviously want to spend most, if not all, of your time just doing the main melee combat. But then again, it's just like figuring out what is and isn't like good pacing for like a video game, especially one that's designed to be like a several-hour journey. It could be a real tough one, because it's like, I totally empathize with the idea of like taking the stuff you have and either like creating sections in a game that like let you emphasize something that isn't getting as much exploration, or even turning some of those ideas on their head. But admittedly, especially when it comes to the latter, that's kind of how the early 2000s ended up with that real awful fad of every other game having a single like mandatory stealth mission, just because stuff like Thief and Metal Gear Solid were super popular at the time. Like, no, we really don't need this, guys. There's providing variety, and then there's that. Like, what are you thinking? Come on. Okay, yeah, that's right. I got the first of the two golden scarabs that are in this warehouse. The second one is right on the top of that office, the roof of it. Wait, am I actually at... Okay, no. Yeah, that's right. I did use like a Great Spirit Elixir like sometime during the last chapter. That's correct. No. Ah. Well, that sucked. Let's see. I forget. Where's the... Well, that... Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna try... It's been long enough that I think I've forgotten some of like the specific sequence break stuff that you can do in this warehouse to kind of get up to the office without turning on the power. So no, who cares? That's annoying when that happens. At least it does not lead to a bottomless pit. There's some solace in that there's nothing on that level of cruelty in a warehouse like this. Man, this game still looks so good, even for one that's at 480p. For a game that's not even at HD resolutions. Still runs great. Free essence, don't mind if I do. Alright. Okay, got the card key, got the map. Now we can just keep heading on out of here. Oh, by a long shot. Absolutely. You know, this was like this period of time with the PS2, Xbox, GameCube, and even Dreamcast before was like, it was just the right time in gaming where the technology for consoles advanced enough that there was room to make really impressive graphics while also still being able to put a good priority on maintaining a high frame rate. That definitely was something that just got lost for the generation following it. Okay. Oh yeah, I do have the windmills still equipped. What am I thinking? More flails, why not? Nice. Yeah, nothing to that. Yeah, it's a real good track. And, like, it's the one that I weirdly enough remember, less so for how it's used in this game, and more for the fact that Sigma 1, for whatever reason, decided to use this as, like, the main menu theme on that game. Which I always felt was weirdly out of place. Like, you have the main menu theme of Ninja Gaiden Black, which I feel it lends itself to a much better ambience fitting for something that is supposed to be the main menu. Never fit, like, they could have easily just reused that, but I don't know. That would basically be me asking Sigma to have done a million admittedly minor but still niggling things differently that would have been more like, dude, just don't change it. Leave it exactly as is. It was fine. Okay, but now it's time for this. One explosive arrows. Ah. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, I think like a text document doing all that would be nice, but I think the other alternative is that I do actually have like a resource for kind of, I guess you could consider it documenting the changes. It's more just showing it. It's called my Ninja Gaiden Black and Sigma Let's Play that I did for the Something Awful subforums like 4 years ago at this point. That's actually what the idea behind it was. Because going into it was like, I wanted to do an LP of Black, one of my favorite games ever, but also at the same time, still feeling the same repeated frustration of people that, like, don't even realize the significance of the changes that I basically treated as me kind of like doing some amount of public service. But yeah, I could see what you mean. Like, if there was just like a Google Doc or something that you could pull up that immediately let you know what all the major like changes were, like on not just like a mechanics change, but like on a pure chapter change basis, which is like kind of what I tried to like show off by basically arranging the parts so that it was each of the chapters back to back, like their different versions. Yeah, it'd be very good to have something that was like all put together like that and just show it to people the next time anyone asks about it and go, why is this a big deal? I played it on PS3, it was fine. And it's like, no, here's why. There's this, this, and this. And you could also probably do the same documented approach for 2 and Sigma 2, but I feel like that'd be a bit weird just because I feel like it would become obviously a lot less about like the very minute details that get changed and more just the fact that there are huge, very noticeable sweeping differences that I think even passerbys can understand at a glance, which is something that like most don't get when they look at the at Black and or Sigma, but not necessarily with seeing it all side by side to know. That said, though, I recall this chapter being one of the few times that I gave Sigma 1 credit for something, just because on a mechanics level, Ninja Gaiden Sigma adds the ability to shoot the bow and arrow while in the air, and that makes it makes the tank fight go a lot smoother on the basis that it's like you can avoid a lot more damage when you're constantly on the move, occasionally stopping in mid-air to shoot the tank. Nice. It feels good when you can shoot their rockets out of the air like that. Now then, I need APF SDS cores because these are more ideal for the helicopter coming up. Okay, come on. Oh man, the slowdown when you're that zoomed in is real nuts. Oh jeez. But yeah, even a situation like this, when you're having to dodge these missiles, it would also be good to have the ability to just shoot the bow and arrow while in the air. Obviously, it made a lot more sense for them to do that in Ninja Gaiden 2, just for how insane the pace is in that, but that's something I honestly don't mind. Sigma 1 is not the worst thing to play. Like, in the grand scheme of versions of Ninja Gaiden 1. I would still put it below Hurricane Pack 1 if we're taking into account the DLC for the game that you cannot legally acquire anymore, because it's like what normal people would ever go to the lengths necessary to get HP 1 running on an Xbox and the save file necessary to load it, as well as having to re-sign the save file so that it matches your hard drive signature, because the anti-save copy protection that Team Ninja employed for the Ninja Gaiden games on Xbox is insane. That's weird. I feel like I don't think I'm missing anything. There wasn't a scarab over here. Yeah, I guess it's my imagination. Or my memory really is failing me. Yeah, I just want to keep holding on to all of my current money, just because when I get the Davilaro unlocked, I am absolutely going to dump everything I can into getting it to level 3, or at the very minimum level 2. Ow. Couldn't intercept that. Okay. Just some extra essence. Oh yeah, that's right, and I got one more Life of the Gods, so we get another health upgrade. Alright. Now we gotta shoot out... Oh, no. Yeah, that's the downside of, like, being that zoomed in. Oh! How did those arrows keep missing? Oh, crap. It's important to shoot down these guys before you take out the dishes on the antenna, just because that's how you get the full points from this encounter. It's another one of those things that is very easy to forget is even a thing when doing this. Oh! Why did you not dodge? Wait, no. Just regular strongbow isn't gonna cut it. It needs to be APF SDS or... Is that... Oh, thank goodness, it actually did count. Great. Whew. Now to take out the rest of these dishes. Admittedly, if you don't care about karma score, then just taking these out while the rocket guys are firing at you, I guess, counts enough as a speedrun strat for this. You're not going to get any points, but that's not really the focus if you're just trying to beat everything as fast as possible. How much does that put my essence at? 22k 844. Not bad. Yeah, that's good. Okay, got them all. Just in time. Let's see. Okay, we're about an hour and 51 or so minutes into this. Oh! Part of me should have just gone ahead and, like, used the Art of the Inazuma, but it's like, I don't know, I don't really feel like using it for all of, like, these back-to-back encounters, just because I don't have enough Elixirs of Devil Way to refill my Nimpo slots. That really is a situation where I feel like it very deliberately just wants you to use that. You know, I might use it for here. Why not? Okay. Jeez, just giving me all the health upgrade pieces right now. Wait, hold on. I'm still trying to think because I feel like I am still missing something with, like, the golden scarabs right now. Yeah, because I'm just trying to think. Because I got the two in the warehouse. I got the one that's, like, near the Muramasa shop here already. I'm trying to think. There might have been... Oh, God. Maybe the one that's, like... Because I'm pretty sure there was one outside of where... of the warehouse before you enter it. God, now I'm starting to wonder whether or not I can even backtrack that far at this point in the, facility. I hope I can, because I get the suspicion that, like, after exiting that warehouse into the train yard, it's like I'm pretty sure I've screwed myself now. Oh, even more before that. God damn it. No. Fine. Yeah, because I think I'm starting to remember now. It's like by the end of this chapter, it's like you should have gotten 25 total scarabs to turn in by this point. And instead, it's like, with the one I have, if I turn it into Muramasa right now, that puts it to 24. God. Yep, 24, like you said. Shoot. Oh well. At least if I keep up on everything, it should still get me to, like, 49. I think the whatever the 50 scarab reward is for Hurricane Pack 1, it's not that vital. It's probably something like, here's the Dark Dragon Blade, which is something that you already get if you play Ninja Gaiden Black on hard. And it's like, cool thing, but like not really necessary or vital to the experience, you know? In a way, it's like the scarab rewards really only make sense to a point, and that point is how soon can you get the Dabularo. Okay, but that's fine though. We're just gonna go ahead and end this chapter and go to the sewers. And we'll see how far I can get into that, if not like just complete the entirety of chapter 10. Because I think I still got the energy to do it. It should be fine. Even though, like, chapter 10 is, like, one of the longest in the game, especially when you take into account that you have 2 Fiend challenges to take on. Yeah, not real efficient in terms of time. And somehow that still only counts as head ninja. Sure. Okay. Still, it's more than fine. There's like a ton of golden scarabs just in the aqueduct alone. Though I always hated this part. Just... It really doesn't feel like... No matter how many times I play this, it just does not feel like that this is a matter of waiting for something to load. This is just being deliberately designed to waste time, as it puts you in a position where you are left wondering, where am I supposed to go? I'm completely boxed in. It's much nicer if you were to just, like, go into this room and then, like, it immediately plays the cutscene of the fiends coming out of that sewer manhole. Like so. Okay, fine. Going underground. Admittedly, like, this chapter I've actually been fairly fond of overall, even though it is admittedly sandwiched in between the two worst chapters of the game. And I feel like the fact that this is technically a sewer level would probably also add to that, but it's like, it's not an awful sewer. They don't call it a sewer, obviously. They call it an aqueduct, and the layout is at least distinct. They managed to avoid the thing that I feel most sewer environments would end up running into. Oh, okay, whatever. Just get the essence. Who cares? Farm some essence from you, why not? Or not essence, intercepts. Oh. You know what? Who cares now? There wasn't going to be enough time for it, obviously. Yeah, the water effects are so good in this version and black. We don't talk about Sigma's water effects. We don't talk about its jank as hell looking repeated water GIF texture or whatever it is. Because it's like, that's like, those are like actual shaders going on. It isn't just like a texture on the top of the surface that is designed to be like repeated or something. Yeah, it is so weird how, like, that's one of the worst looking things about it, despite the rest of Sigma 1 being at a much higher fidelity already because of it running at, like, HD resolutions. But yeah, the water effects here are great. So much of the graphical effects here are great. Like, this was Team Ninja's golden age. Like, the stuff they put out on the original Xbox. Like, nothing else in their output has really matched it. Even with the stuff they put out early in the Xbox 360's life cycle, still did not have, like, the same wow factor to a degree, because it did just look like the exact same type of visuals you would get on original Xbox, just up-res and pushing certain aspects a bit harder to justify the increased hardware. In fact, Ninja Gaiden 2 probably was the one that, like, made the best case for Team Ninja's games being on the 360 from that point on, because that game was really pushing stuff, so much so that it couldn't run a good frame rate a third of the time. Oh man. But yeah, DOA 4 is like, you look at that, it's like, it looks exactly the same as DOA 3 and Ultimate, just at a higher internal resolution and a whole lot of motion blur on character movements. It's like, motion blur that was so strong that it actually had an impact on the viewability of screenshots. Like, I remember at the time thinking, is this gonna be what, well, like, at the time, like, 12-year-old me, like, on the eve of when the 360 was about to come out and looking at screenshots of DOA 4, I was like, man, is this somehow going to be what screenshots in next gen is like? It's going to be impossible to take good screenshots because of motion blur? And as it turns out, no, you can still get decent screenshots. It's just the fact that 7th gen just ended up committing hard to a whole lot of other bad ideas. Okay. Oh yeah, the water effects, like in this room specifically, I think are the one that you can really notice the hardest. Because like it's well lit in this room, the puddle is especially wide. You can see it. You can just see the water undulating and waving. Oh man, it is so good. All this, and they managed to not compromise on frame rate. That is commendable for this time. Because there are some admittedly good-looking original Xbox games, but man, you can bet that they were designed to run at 30 FPS or worse. Like, man, because I've already streamed Escape from Butcher Bay on this channel, and there's obviously a very good reason why I went with the original PC version, because trying to run that original Xbox version of Butcher Bay can be a bit of an eyesore. Because it's not only running at, like, 30 FPS or even well below that at times, but it's also, like, enforcing on top of that a dynamic resolution system. So it'll be like, oh, things are getting too hectic, now we're at 240p. Sorry. Yeah, that generation, not necessarily the one for the OG Xbox, but yeah, for 360 PS3, it got real rough. Like, certain things that you could see starting to happen, like even on OG Xbox and like from like certain Western studios, it got full front and center for the 360. And all the while, people were too busy just going on about how, you know, that was the future, and making fun of the Wii for going for something completely different and not going immediately into the HD development bandwagon. Which is like, yeah. Yeah, I do not deny the obvious amounts of shovelware that game got from, that system got from so many developers just looking at it as a fad to cash in on. But man, the Wii games that stood out as being very worthwhile on there, like, even going beyond just the stuff Nintendo obviously had, things like Mad World, No More Heroes, Silent Hill Shattered Memories, it's like, I'd still take a lot of those over so many of the 360 or PS3 games that are considered, like, the most significant for its time. Like, it's so much harder to, like, go back to those with, like, kind of, like, the same mindset that you have now when you look back on that generation in hindsight. Yeah, that's the big thing. It's just, it was not ready to really push to, like, do HD at the fidelity that it needed to. Because it's like, I know some people would probably, like, get real pedantic about, like, the idea of, like, 720p not being actual HD, just because I feel like people were already calling it that for years, but then decided to just drop it once 4K and even 1440p was a thing. Oh god, it's just, man, nothing upsets me more than realizing just how much Sony, like, was able to, like, the XMB is such a solid, like, design concept for a console UI, and yet they still managed to, like, find a way to make it, like, such a complicated mess to get through. And that's also on top of what you mentioned with just the UI for the store and usability, the whole UX experience of that just getting progressively worse as they kept updating. Which sucks, because it's like, Xbox kept changing the UI for the 360 like 3 whole times, and I still find that nothing is as distinct or cool, like, for their UI as the Blades. That stuff was sleek, and they just lost it when they decided to, like, just go, yeah, we're making the new Xbox experience. Also, here are avatars. Check out what the bottom of their shoe looks like. Okay. Things reach a peak of usability, but the UI designers gotta justify their paycheck. Yeah, all that stemmed from just the all too frustrating mentality of feeling like if you're on the clock, if you're on someone's pay grade, you have to always be doing something that makes you look busy, even if there is literally nothing of value to be done to justify that level of being busy, you know? You, like, people that are in charge of, like, doing the design for UI for software and other things feels like the same thing. They always gotta do something else that's, like, new and different with it to, like, change it, because, you know, can't just sit around doing nothing and, like, letting the already good thing keep doing its job. Plus, it's like, it gets to a certain point in, like, how many years it's been, and people have to go on about how, oh, it's so old, that means it's bad now. It's like, the frustration over, like, the mentality of those things just knows no bounds. It's like, 360 should have stuck with blades for the entire generation, and Sony should have done a better job of optimizing the whole, like, cross-media bar aesthetic that they had for it. Okay. Wow, I'm already at like 40k essence. That's real good. And now I got a scarab, so that means I have to be getting closer now to getting my hands on the Dabularo. I have to. Okay, we'll go through here. There we go. Getting some high essence combos. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Nice. Oh yeah, this. Wait, hold on. Isn't there... That's right, I should probably go this way, because I'm pretty sure that's where the Muramasa shop is. I got the scarabs now. I got the essence. I got plenty of essence. Please give me it. Yes! That's right. My hunch was right. It is 25 scarabs for the Dabularo. And here we are, level 3. Oh yeah, and I could upgrade the Lunar to level 3 if I want. But... no, I'm just gonna... Oh yeah, that's right! Yeah, even though this is a harder remix version, they did not have the idea of limiting how many healing items you could have in Hurricane Pack 1. It's still 10 for the regular elixirs and 5 for the great ones. Oh yeah, let's just stock up. I don't need to be this stingy. What am I doing? 8 is good. Yeah, we'll come back there later for the Blue Reservoir. The tablet that goes there. Ooh, I actually got the runaway lightning. I just noticed that. That was completely on accident. That is on the level of, like, doing Akira's one-frame knee in Virtua Fighter without even realizing. But when you try and do it deliberately, you always screw up the timing. It's just, oh man. Oh, that was good. Okay. Cool. Yeah, like that. The runaway lightning move is cool, but it is the sort of thing where it's like, not only is the timing specific, but even by own admission, I cannot come up with any justification for, like, or excuse for how they explain the way it's supposed to be done. Like, it just does not work the way you think it would just by reading that description. Okay, but let's heal up and get ready to cheese this electric worm fight. Oh yeah, it's red lightning this time. Oh wait! That's right, oh god, I completely forgot they just have it be the fire worm this time. That is, oh wow. Completely forgot that they did this kind of change up. But then again, I guess that makes sense because they don't do anything like this on any of the difficulty levels in Black. There we go. Yeah, I wondered because I've noticed that the lightning arcing on the water was red, and I was like, hold on. I recall it being blue. And then he did the ring attack, and I was like, oh! Oh, that's why! Oh. Oh, man. It feels good to be using this big old sword again. It's a very satisfying feeling. Even if it does mean that, like, by upgrading it, it loses its appeal as just being Guts' sword from Berserk. Oh well. I can at least still treat this as, like, my, I guess, my tribute to Kentaro Miura. Rest in peace, man. Admittedly, many days after everyone had already said their piece, but I guess I never really did. It was the sort of thing where, like, it shocked me if only on the basis that it was, like, I had, like, told myself for several years that I was going to hold off on reading Berserk until he finished his story, because it had gotten to a point, I recall when I got interested in Berserk, and, like, kind of noticed that it was a thing, was also back during a time where everyone was complaining about all the hiatuses Miura was going on, and that at the time, Guts was, like, as everyone referred to it, was still on the boat. And obviously he got off of the boat after a point. I recall that much happening. But it's like I kept thinking that, yeah, however long it's going to take, he'll probably finish it. But he didn't. And now I honestly don't know for sure whether or not I actually want to just walk back on that claim I made and just read what's there anyway. Because at least I wouldn't have to do any more... Theoretically, I would not have to do any more waiting because there's nothing left. Only experience with Berserk has been watching 3 animated movies, which, as I'm told by fans, is far from the best way of experiencing it. Yeah, that makes sense. But at the very least, it was those OVAs, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't the 2016 anime, the one that just used the awful 3D, the awful CG. So, like, yeah. I mean, admittedly, I feel like, Like, I am obviously, when it comes to anime manga, I lean a whole lot more towards showing interest for giant robot series. And I feel like, I guess if there's one series that I feel comes close to, like, the sort of feeling that I imagine that, like, Berserk fans feel is probably Getter Robo. Because that's also another series where its creator died before he could finish the original story in the manga. Like, Ken Ishikawa, like, on top of his then latest entry in that series, getting essentially put on hiatus on account of the magazine it was published in going defunct, but then a couple years later, before he could find a new publisher, just suddenly collapsing and dying. Yeah, but now it's like, weirdly enough, even as I'm mentioning it, there's a new Getter Robo anime coming out at the start of July, and it's straight up based on that last part of the Getter Robo story that Ken Ishikawa was writing. So it's like, that feels... It's the sort of thing where it's like, before that, if people wanted to just watch anime of Getter Robo, even the best ones are still, I would consider the same way that, like, a lot of Berserk fans feel about it, where it's like, experiencing anything other than the source material is, like, far from the ideal way of experiencing the story. You know? Like, you need to get it straight from the source and, like, just absorb everything, like, that he was, like, putting into it. Man, I can't wait for Getter Robo Arc. Like, it was weird for me when I saw the announcement months ago that I was like, what? They're finally doing a faithful adaptation of the manga, and it's of the one part of the story that never got finished. That's odd. But then I started thinking about it more, and I started going, what if someone that was close to Ishikawa either dug up more, like, story ideas that he had left behind and never, like, put to, like, a manga panel, or maybe someone who's just, like, a big fan of his work had finally managed to, like, just do enough brainstorming to piece together what Ken was trying to get at with that series, and decided, I got it, I have the solution, we can now complete the story. Which, I'd be interested if that's the case. I'm more or less prepared for the situation where it's just them retelling the manga exactly as it is right up until the cliffhanger. But if they somehow manage to extend it, that'd be cool. But part of me wonders that might not be the case, because some of the promotional videos I've seen for it have shown scenes that seem to imply that they're also going to be referencing other parts of the Getter Robo saga, like having scenes in flashbacks related to earlier events. Like, there's a specific shot in one of the promotional videos that shows Shin Getter Robo just firing at an enemy with a giant machine gun, and I know for a fact that that was in a much earlier manga story of the whole saga. So it might be covering both of those at the same time. But man, I would like to see someone be ballsy enough to, like, make their own conclusion to that story in anime form, because it was getting so close already. Like, it was, everything that he was building up to just felt like it was coming to a head right until the arc had gotten canceled, and then his unfortunate passing a couple years later. I really want it to be good. It's been over 3 years now since I've basically watched any anime that was new at the time. Like, 4 series that were all in... Not series, just 4 animes in general that were all in 2018. It was Devilman Crybaby, Mazinger Z Infinity, Cutie Honey Universe, and Pop Team Epic. Like, that, just mentioning all of those names clearly lets you know, like, what my current tastes in anime are, obviously. You know, one of them's Super Robot, the other's an adaptation of one of the greatest manga ever, in a way that could only have been done if it was greenlit on Netflix. A fairly solid new anime adaptation of one of my favorite anime manga heroines, and then just an animated shitpost. All of which were great and worth it, and after a point, I just had no reason to keep going through any anime that was coming out because VTubers completely eclipsed it. Like if anyone's gonna ask me what anime season am I watching, the never-ending season of VTubers. That's it. Mainly Hololive and VShojo. Okay. Oh yeah, get out the flails again, because this is Ghostfish City. No! Oh, no, I did not want to go off the wall like that. That is bad. There we go. I do like how with Ninja Gaiden 1, there's a pretty easy to tell consistency in how Ghostfish encounters are going to go. Mainly in terms of what the average amount of Ghostfish you're going to fight at a given time. And the average one is usually 30. Sometimes it's a bit less, other times it's a lot more. Like Chapter 14, I know has sections where it has one section where you have to like kill, I think, 50 Ghostfish or something. It gets nuts. There we go. Oh wait, there was one more. Oh man. Come on, get down here. Nice. Timed it just right. 19,994. Okay. Okay. Just gotta keep hitting all the important spots in order. Really hoping that I can get the get this chapter all wrapped up nicely before in 25 minutes or so. Actually, I'm not even sure that'll be enough. I may or may not just have to stop right before, like, as very close to like the end chapter boss if possible, because it's like I still have one more fiend challenge to do in this chapter and I don't really want to skip it. There we go. Just turning Ryu Hayabusa into a living bug zapper in an instant. Ooh, nice. Oh, the Y button did not come out. Okay. Oh, thanks for the extra elixir. Yeah, small explosion or a very heavy sword. That's pretty good. Okay, now we just gotta place that blue tablet. Go in and do the Fiend Challenge. Which actually, that might go a bit faster just because this is before they got the idea for the doppelganger fights, and that will not be happening once I step in there. So I think it'll go just straight to the Fiend Challenge. Which is ideal. That's what I want. So yeah. Actually, I may be able to get to finishing this chapter before the time where I feel like I need to head off, but it's gonna cut it close. Oh, God, and I'm so close to just getting the lunar. Oh, man, I could have... You know what? No, actually, no. I kind of want to keep my essence bonus as best I can for this chapter. When you see an attack coming, and you're in the middle of a combo string, and you know that you can intercept it, like, just whenever, it feels so good. Even if it gets to a point where it's like, this, in a weird way, starts to become not Ninja Gaiden anymore. Like, how are you able to get away with this broken nonsense? Wait, no, I need to go and save. Okay. Now then. I might as well use it for this. I know I'm not gonna be, like, getting my points from doing, like, ultimate techniques. Because this is before they decided to do that in Hurricane Pack 2. And Black. But I just want this done fast. I clearly only care about doing the intercept moves if I am doing it like on reaction and not trying to deliberately farm for them. I clearly do not have the mindset to really like accomplish that to the degree that I've seen people like JTB do it. There we go. Ah. Damn it. You guys are gonna get it. Only one blue essence. So much for that. Ow. How did that intercept not connect? Yeah, I feel like that what you keep seeing me doing with doing a quick ultimate technique off a successful intercept. I feel like that's one thing that, like, if a theoretical new Ninja Gaiden were to have an intercept, a return of the intercept maneuver, I feel like that's one thing that I would be perfectly fine with them not allowing, because that's where the really busted stuff with this actually comes from. Like, being able to instantly go into, like, a combo string because you, like, reset your character's, like, attack status to neutral is, like, that's fine. That's fine enough. But, I don't know. Especially if you take into account all the different options you have in Ninja Gaiden 2. Like, the fact that you can do an on-landing UT as an ukemi. If you get knocked into the air from damage and your character and Ryu is about to land back on the ground, you press Y during that time as you just land, you immediately absorb all the essence. Like, you have already a ton of other means to immediately do very quick ultimate techniques that I feel you don't need to, like, add one more on top of that with intercept into UT. I think it's more fine if you were to, like, take the core concept and rebalance it to the idea of something that would be, like, just a more comfortable way of dealing with projectiles or attacks that are designed to hit you because you are in an unrecoverable state as it would normally be in any of the games past this. Like, in an ideal world, like, every, like, major Ninja Gaiden entry that, like, succeeds the other would be basically an arms race between the amount of powerful abilities that Ryu has to deal with everything, and have it be matched by the enemy AI coming up with new ways to try and circumvent that. You know? It definitely felt like it had reached the peak when Itagaki and Co. made Ninja Gaiden 2, and I still love it for that. But it's like, oh, you could definitely feel it kind of losing some of its luster, even more so when, like, the later games from Team Ninja just completely missed a lot of, like, the point and finer details. Okay. Time for these things. The ogres. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Their uppercut cannot be intercepted for whatever reason. It is, like, the sole exception to how this mechanic works. Like, I have no idea why that's the case. It feels weird. Ugh. Probably because they know that you can, like, do this full combo with the Dagiolaro, and they decided, man, I feel like that they still need to find a way to, like, punish you for doing something as easy as that. Oh god, that's right, and I already used up my one Talisman of Rebirth. Shoot. Yeah. But man, these guys are so much easier to deal with when you actually have a move like the intercept. It makes a world of difference compared to, like, how Black conditions you to doing the sort of, like, hit and run tactics every time. And, like, what is it? And, like, while they're not in this specific DLC, but Hurricane Pack 2 is where they actually introduced the Berserkers. And if you ever wanted to, like, find out, like, how different fighting Berserkers can feel when you have the intercept, it's like... Actually, no, I can't explain it, because it's like, if you've played Ninja Gaiden Sigma, you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. Like, people remember, I feel, with the Berserkers and Ninja Gaiden Black, that when you fought them, all of their, these guys and the Berserkers, I bet, yeah. But it's like, in Black, when you fought the Berserkers, every single one of their hits, no matter what, was designed to guard break you at the minimum. sometimes guard crushing. In Sigma, they made a change to it where you could basically successfully guard their first hit and immediately, like, and that would basically open them up for a counterattack. In Hurricane Pack 2, when you fight the Berserkers, it basically works kind of the same as Sigma, except instead of doing a counterattack, you just do an intercept and go straight into a combo. That's basically the core difference. But it feels, I don't know, I guess this is still just kind of me continuing to find ways to just deny Sigma any amount of significant praise, but it's like, I feel like the way it's done in Hurricane Pack 2 is still a bit more rewarding in that regard, because it's like, you can still, because how the intercept works, it's designed to let you instantly block any attack or attack string. So there's a lot more fun to be had when fighting the Berserkers if you can completely no-sell an entire, like, multi-hit combo string from them by just tapping block. Whereas with Sigma, it's like, you basically have to, like, keep doing a specific rhythm where you counterattack the first hit, and ideally with it being the Dabilaro, you do its counterattack and then just loop it. So that's, unfortunately, that's like the more boring way of like trying to deny them any sort of pressure against you. Whereas Black is like, you're always getting pressured, so you have to keep rolling out of the way and getting your attacks in at a very steady click. Oh yeah. Oh. Nope, still can't intercept that. Ah. No, this is bad, this is bad. Please don't. No! Ugh. Shit, how far back did I... Oh god, I probably didn't even... I didn't even save after I completed that freaking Fiend challenge. Yeah, that's what I gotta say for that. Just, goddamn it, game. You know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do that challenge again, go back and save, and we're gonna call it quits. To think, I had my hopes up that I was actually gonna beat this chapter and then call an end to the stream, but nope, I just had to botch it at the very last freaking second. Yeah, so I'm just gonna... Basically, I guess in a way, just like with the last stream of this that I did, I ended that with completing a Fiend challenge after a bout of frustration near the end. And now I'm doing the exact same thing here. Admittedly, I've had less deaths this run than I did the last time. There was just a lot of moments during the start of Hurricane Pack 1 where I was clearly on tilt. Oh. Taste my lightning, fuckers. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, another Nympho orb. Let's get that. And you know what? Here's something actually positive to end that. If there's yet another reason why you don't need to buy the counterattack scroll when playing Hurricane Pack 1, not just because of the intercept, but it's like, if you were to intercept and then immediately hold Y, you would obviously absorb the essence around you and go straight to a UT. But you at least have a way to cancel that, and in the case of the Dabilaro, if you just do forward Y, you basically get the same effect if you were to do the counterattack version with the Dabilaro, where you just hold block and then Y when the enemy attack connects. So yeah, I guess that's a bit more positive. I guess that fight actually did go a bit faster this time, but I don't know. I think it's more fine for me if I just quit while I'm ahead, just because I don't want to make any more sloppy mistakes as a result of this. Okay, this is gonna be it. That's enough for tonight. Next stream, which will be tomorrow night, I will proceed with finishing Chapter 10, beating Pazuzu without, hopefully, falling constantly into the same trap of him biting me, and then hopefully it can go straight through to the end of the game. Maybe. I don't know. There's a chance I may or may not, just with how long getting through these chapters ends up feeling sometimes. Ideally, I would like to get this all done in 3 parts. I feel like that's how it's been turning out for me so far. Like, I got through... Yeah, because I got halfway through Chapter 6 during my first stream, and admittedly, those first couple chapters are very short. Here, I got right up to the very end of Chapter 10. And there's 6 after this, actually, funny enough. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it will be 4 parts. I'm not sure. Who knows? We'll find out for sure when I continue playing this tomorrow night. Okay, so that's it for the stream. Yeah, good to see you here too, Pensive. It's always nice to see people stopping by here. Okay. Have a good night, everyone.